pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Moment of silence. Roll call.
Counselor Crum?
Present.
Counselor Matthews?
Present.
Counselor Coast?
Here.
Counselor Chamberlain?
Here.
Counselor Allen?
Here.
Counselor Sturts?
Here.
All members are present. We have a quorum.
Motion to approve the previous meeting minutes.
So moved. Second.
Motion moved by Counselor Allen and second by Counselor Sturts. Counselor Allen?
Yes.
Counselor Sturts?
Yes.
Counselor Chamberlain?
Yes.
Counselor Coast?
Yes.
Counselor Matthews?
Yes.
Counselor Crum?
Yes.
6 yeas, 0 nays, motion carries.
We'll move into our joint meeting between City Council and Clinton Township trustees to appoint a board member of the Wauseon Union Cemetery, which is a reappointment of Fred Allen for a 3-year term from January 2nd, 2014 to January 1st, 2017. Roll call.
Counselors Crum?
Yes.
Matthews?
Yes.
Coast?
Yes.
Chamberlain?
Yes.
Allen?
Yes.
Sturts?
Still here.
Trustees Ricker? Neuenschwander?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
Everybody's here.
Okay. Now we need a motion to, motion for a,
To appoint.
motion to appoint Fred Allen to the Wauseon Union Cemetery.
So moved. Second.
Motion moved by Counselor Crum and second by Counselor Matthews. Counselors Crum?
Yes.
Matthews?
Yes.
Coast?
Yes.
Chamberlain?
No opportunity to deliberate over this? No, I'm fine, I'm just kidding.
Allen?
Abstain.
Sturts?
Yes.
Trustees Ricker?
Yes.
Neuenschwander?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
Let's see, 8 yeas, 1 abstained, motion carries.
Motion to adjourn this meeting.
So moved.
Second?
You guys wanna say something?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you guys don't have enough time, we gotta keep moving here, I guess.
No.
All in favor for adjournment?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Good seeing you.
All right, same here.
Yeah.
Names of individuals wishing to address council. Jerry, come on up. This is Mr. Jerry Lang.
Anyways, I'm Jerry Lang. I live at 720 East Oak, right across the street from the Imagination Kingdom Playground Park. And in the last week, there's been a couple of pieces of equipment added to the playground, and neighbors on either side of me and down the street, a couple of us, there's about 4 of us, I guess, that I've talked with so far. And we're a little quite concerned, I guess I should say, about the noise involved with it. It's some kind of a combination of like a xylophone and a wind chime or something, and they really make a lot of noise. Echoes through our homes, even when the homes are shut up. It's just, I don't know what forethought was given to that about noise for the neighbors, but it's certainly not appreciated. If there's anything that can be done, we would ask that council consider it. If you folks would go by there sometime and see what you hear, if anybody wants to come in my house and hear what I have to hear, you're more than welcome. But we've talked about it several times already, and we kind of thought, well, it's a new thing, maybe it'll die down, it won't be such a big issue, you know, and we've tried to be tolerant. And but when it woke me up from my nap this afternoon, I had enough. So.
Any other questions for Jerry?
You say, is it a drum of some sort too?
It's some kind of, it sounds like a wind chime, but I see the kids and over there, they're banging on something. It's like maybe like, there's 2 pieces. And oddly enough, one of the topics of conversation between the neighbors is that it seems like 9 times out of 10 when we look over there, it's adults banging on the things, not kids. So, but I'm sure folks wouldn't appreciate it if I parked in front of somebody's house and honked my horn for several hours, or had loud music and parked in front of their house for several hours, and that's how it feels to us.
Jerry, it'll be addressed.
Pardon me?
It will be addressed. We will.
I appreciate it.
We will discuss it. and
Appreciate it.
Come up with some sort of solution on this thing.
I appreciate it.
Jerry, not only are we hearing from you, but we also have been provided a copy of a letter from D. Fetter as well.
Yeah.
So,
I knew of that, so.
yeah.
Okay.
Well,
And I talked, and like I said, I've talked to the neighbors on either side of me, and they both told me to tell you folks that they agreed with, I mean, they couldn't be here, but they said to let you folks know that they feel the same way.
Oh, true.
All righty, thanks, Jerry.
Okay, thanks, folks. And if somebody could get back to me with some kind of response, I would appreciate it.
You got it.
All right.
Mr. Brink's not here. All right. We'll move on to committee reports. Park Board.
Park Board, yes, Park Board held its monthly meeting on May 14, and all members were present, along with our new member, Kelly Rashley. We had received an update from Tim Sepsi about Wings Over Wauseon. Wings Over Wauseon is gonna happen, it's just a question as what the entertainment's gonna look like when it takes place. He's continuing his efforts to secure a major sponsor to bring Aaron Tippin and Darryl Worley. If he doesn't get that major sponsor, he'll turn his efforts towards local bands. We also talked about playground equipment at Biddle Park. The playground equipment from Reard has been successfully moved to Biddle Park, and everybody that I talked to is really happy with it. In fact, they thought it was new equipment. It's been reinstalled so well. We also had discussion again about the request to use Homecoming Pavilion for a teen dance on a monthly basis. The Park Board revisited the issue at a request from a fellow council member. The Park Board discussed the issue and is staying with its offer to that group of a half rate for rental of Homecoming Pavilion, which would result in a $75 rental fee. On another subject, Park Board, Heather and I, we're both on, represent council and Park Board. We're gonna be working on a schedule for shelter houses when it comes to who wants them for free, who wants them at a reduced rate. So it's more of a black and white issue rather than a case-by-case issue. So we spent a lot of time talking about that in Park Board. No recommendations, I believe, I think that's it.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Utilities.
We had a utility committee meeting on Thursday morning also. It was all water, and we talked about the City of Napoleon's proposed new water plant that they're looking at possibly putting in the north side of Napoleon, and how that will impact our Napoleon water line, and the agreement that we have with Napoleon regarding water coming to Wauseon from the river and going back to Napoleon as needed. We talked about some other ideas regarding a possible agreement with Napoleon that were kicked around. We also had some general discussion about the county water plan and the fact that we don't have any updated information on that right now, and we have no recommendations.
Thank you. Safety code.
Safety and Code met the other morning, and Councilor Chamberlain said that there was some concerns about a few citizens out there on that trail about the farming, and was talking about maybe some type of setback of the property line, and there was a few thoughts put out there, and David said that the state is working on some, I don't know what you really want to call it, some ideas for farming. We really didn't have any good suggestions. We just kind of decided to wait and see what the state does first, and let them go first and go from there, so we didn't have any recommendations at the time. I guess that pretty well covers it.
All right, thank you. We'll move on to department heads. David?
Just still working on the community development block grant set aside, trying to establish stakeholder interest in the downtown Wauseon area for that revitalization project. I'm working with Glenn Grisdale with Reveille to complete the application for that project. Should be possibly submitted within the next few weeks, I would suspect.
Mayor Shaw, David, just thanks for attending our safety and code meeting. Your insight was important, so I appreciate it.
And I did, just to add on to what Councilman Sturt said, I had talked to an individual later on in the afternoon after the meeting, and the state is looking for buffer areas for farmland, but it's more of an environmental concern, not a land use concern, and those buffer areas are mainly being focused on drainage areas, so there'll be buffers along drainage areas and not commercial land uses or residential land uses, industrial land uses per se. So there might be other avenues that may need to be taken place to address those issues.
Thanks, David.
All right, thank you. Chief?
On 5/9 and 5/14, we had 2 stranger danger presentations with the help of 4 individuals from the drama department, Mr. Robinson's class. They presented on May 9th to Leggett Street School or Wauseon Primary School, and on the 14th to the elementary and middle school students, just a 20-minute presentation on awareness, what to do, what not to do. And I think they really enjoyed the fact that the high school kids kind of portrayed different scenarios, a good scenario as well as a bad scenario. But the increased focus from Cleveland as well as the problems they've had in Toledo, we thought it was necessary just to give our kids a refresher on that. I wanted to thank Samantha Moore, Charles Fish, I know I'm gonna butcher this name, Maxie Ratansary, and Ashley King from the drama class for their help. As of 5/14, Safety City has 56 registered students. That's up from 53 last year at this same time, and approximately 53% of the money's been raised that is needed for Safety City. Our Youth Police Academy is due to start in a couple of weeks. We have all 15 places filled. Any kids at this point in time that get the registration in will be just on standby or given priority for next year. On the 17th, we did a click it or ticket kickoff at the high school. 272 cars were talked to. Out of that, only 16 people were not wearing their seatbelt, and most of them were over 18. Not saying that the teachers were the ones not wearing their seatbelts. So we had 94% compliance, which was very good, we thought. Also, June 6th, our self-defense class, we have 20 registered, only have 10 slots left. So if you want to get into that, please get a hold of us in the next week. That's it.
Thank you. Dennis?
Passing. I really don't have a lot this evening. Been working on several issues, the airport highway sewer project, issued a communication to the adjacent landowners indicating that Mr. McGuires will be sending them official document packets and getting ready to move forward with that. The Public Works guys have been busy flushing hydrants and repairing some hydrants that we found that were not functioning properly. And in general, just getting the ballpark spruced up for opening night tonight, and the entire town spruced up with extra brush patrol and things like that for the holiday weekend coming.
Thank you. Jamie?
Well, as you know, this is John's last meeting, and I wanted to let you know that the transition has been pretty smooth. I've gotten some of the banking transferred, the signature cards and that type of thing, so it's going pretty well. We released the gap report to the auditors. They were just back here today, actually, so that's completed. And the gross revenues appear to still be up for the year. That's all.
Thank you.
See that it stays that way,
John said you guaranteed that during the application process.
Guaranteed.
Yeah.
There are no first readings, so we'll move on to second reading legislation. Resolution 2013-14, authorizing the mayor into agreement for mutual aid and fire protection services with the United States Secretary of Air Force.
Second reading.
Second.
Motion made by Counselor Crum and second by Counselor Matthews. Is there any discussion? Counselor Crum?
Yes.
Counselor Matthews?
Yes.
Counselor Coast?
Yes.
Counselor Chamberlain?
Yes.
Counselor Allen?
Yes.
Counselor Sturts?
Yes.
6 yeas, 0 nays, resolution 2013-14 passes on second reading.
Resolution 2013-15, authorizing the fire chief or his designee to provide fire protection emergency services upon request to other political subdivisions in the state of Ohio.
Second reading.
Second.
Motion made by Counselor Sturts and second by Counselor Crum. Is there any discussion? Counselor Sturts?
Yes.
Counselor Crum?
Yes.
Counselor Allen?
Yes.
Counselor Chamberlain?
Yes.
Counselor Coast?
Yes.
Counselor Matthews?
Yes.
6 yeas, 0 nays, resolution 2013-15 passes on second reading.
On to third reading legislation, resolution 2013-12, authorizing the mayor to renew an agreement with Schoenhardt and Associates for accounting services needed to handle the Gap County.
Third reading.
Second.
Motion made by Counselor Matthews and second by Counselor Allen. Is there any discussion? Counselor Matthews?
Yes, ma'am.
Counselor Allen?
Yes.
Counselor Crum?
Yes.
Counselor Coast?
Yes.
Counselor Chamberlain?
Yes, ma'am.
Counselor Sturts?
Yes.
6 yeas, 0 nays, resolution 2013-12 passes on third reading and will be in effect in 30 days.
I gotta back up, Jan. I gotta apologize. Did you have any words of wisdom for us here tonight?
I was just waiting,
I blew right by you.
I just figured that you guys didn't trust me. Actually, no.
Okay. I know what
Tom
you-
just said he's working on, the main thing, he's working on a number of projects for each of the departments, and he said on a specific thing, he's reviewing the changes proposed by Glenn Grisdale to the pride preservation part of the code.
Okay.
And we'll present that to the proper committee, most likely safety and code, but that's the
All right.
only thing he's doing.
All right, thank you.
Yes.
New business.
This,
Any other new business?
This drum deal, are they gonna turn that over to the park board, or would they, you know?
Yeah, it needs to be
When's
addressed
the next
sooner.
park board meeting, though?
Second Tuesday of June.
Yeah, you don't.
We don't wanna wait that long, really.
It's gotta be addressed. How do you wanna handle that, Mr. Mayor?
I ought to go to park board.
You have
Call a special meeting for it?
I don't feel, well,
Second Tuesday of
You
June.
don't wanna wait till the second
Yeah.
week of June.
I think they ought
Tell
Yeah.
Dave to call one. Dave and Murray to call one then?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
I think so. That's
Okay.
gonna be a long time between us. This weekend could be a real long weekend
Yes, it
perhaps.
could be.
It sure could.
So, John, if you would like to step up here in front here, I got an award for you.
What do you do?
Perfect time. I was gonna say,
For 13 years. First of all, I'd like to congratulate you on your services, years of service here. And a token, here's a plaque. When you get retired, it's got the time on it, so you watch the time click by. It won't be as much fun as what you had here.
Oh, that's great.
You can't wear it on your wrist.
You can't drink it.
So there you go, sir.
well, thank you very much.
Thank you. Enjoy. Here's the directions if you want to read it.
It's digital.
If you can read it.
John,
Yeah.
you can always take the battery out. That's what I did to mine.
If that being done, motion to approve the bills as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Counselor Coast and second by Counselor Matthews. Counselor Coast?
Yes.
Counselor Matthews?
Yes.
Counselor Crum?
Yes.
Counselor Chamberlain?
Yes.
Counselor Allen?
Yes.
Counselor Sturts?
Yes.
6 yeas, 0 nays, motion carries.
Mr. Mayor, first of all, I'd like to make sure everybody remembers June 1st, the second annual fireworks fundraiser. Be here in the south side of the building. Fire department's raising money for the fireworks. We need all the money we can get because it is very expensive to do, so.
You serving chicken dinners, right?
We're having chicken dinners and pork chops, and they start at 5 o'clock until they're sold out. And we do have pre-sale tickets if anybody'd like any, call the station. And there's a band called Element that starts at 8 o'clock, and all are welcome.
My daughter, she got married that day, I'd been better off to bring a reception down here and got a free band.
There you go. You can still do it. We have plenty of, we can get more, we can get plenty of chicken dinners more if we want to.
The beer tab might be a little expensive though.
Sure.
For a good cause, though, yeah.
That's right.
Thank you.
Motion adjourned?
So move.
Second.
Motion made by Counselor Matthews and second by Counselor Coats for adjournment. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Mr. Lincoln, your house.
He's not.